By Andina Seers, many people around the globe have a sense, or vision, of a possible world based on peace and love, where individuals are able to live lives of meaning and fulfillment, with authentic and nourishing relationships and in balance with nature and the planet. For the first time in history, we are at a point where we can now realistically begin to turn this vision into a practical reality. This is only now possible because, although often still unknowingly, many of us have already begun taking part in a number of interrelated awakenings that can take us where we as a species have never actually been before. Awakening number 1, self-directed evolution to begin with, and a foundational aspect of our transformation. We are the first people able to both look back into our own history and see where we have come from, and also at the same time have sufficient information, knowledge, wisdom, communication systems and skills, as well as inclination, to also be able to begin to put together a workable plan for a radically different future for ourselves and our species. We are now awakening to the realization that it is in our power to participate in something truly magnificent, our own conscious evolution, chosen and guided by ourselves. Awakening number 2, enlightenment greater than the second awakening that is now also taking place, is that we are also the first of our species to, in large numbers, awaken directly into spiritual enlightenment. For millennia, enlightenment has been the province of only a handful of saints and sages, but now hundreds, if not thousands, of people are awakening directly as the source and ground of all life, and discovering the mystical truth of who, and what, we really are. Awakening number 3, the infinite and the individual in order to actualize our potential. Awakening into our one nature is served by also waking up into the more human areas of our lives, which in the past established teachings on spiritual awakening have dismissed as irrelevant. However, in reality, the infinite and the individual are intimately interrelated, since they are the two aspects of the same one source. Within the fundamental awakening into the absolute and singular truth of who we are, other arenas of awakening are simultaneously occurring within the world of relative reality and duality, and awakening into both of our natures is necessary to embrace the rich tapestry of being human. Awakening number 4, recovery from our childhood. In the past, spiritual teachers have readily dismissed the impact of childhood with admonitions to put it behind you and to live only in the present moment. However, as seekers of truth awaken into our underlying unity, and experiencing some challenges with this, they begin to recognize the very real impact that unhealed trauma has on curtailing and fracturing their relationships with themselves, with other people, with nature and with the planet. This discord is also being backed up by recent scientific research, which is now shedding light on how our psyche, and our brains, are formed as well as deformed, by what has taken place during crucial childhood developmental stages. Out of all of this is emerging a growing realization of the level of contraction that our biology can impose on ongoing awakening into our awakening and freedom of being. Fortunately, ways to recover from the past and heal and regrow our brain are also now becoming well established. Awakening number 5, ray of the absolute underlying the appearance of everything, and everyone is an undivided, timeless and changeless unity, and within this emerges the reality of an individual soul, which can be seen as not only each person's unique blueprint, but also it is here that we also connect more and more with our unique gifts and open into our multiple dimensions of awareness, which include intuition, empathic ability, telepathy and awareness of the energetic fields of our environment, to name but a few. As we intentionally, actively and selectively participate in our own transformation, it begins to dawn on us that there is a process that is taking place and that we are on a journey with a number of recognizable. Getting comfortable with paradox is one an important part of this process, as all of the transformation is also discovered to be taking place, paradoxically, within a vast and changeless infinite stillness. We also begin to learn ways to effectively tend, enhance and integrate our journey of transformation. And as we do so, we consolidate a trajectory that can enable us to achieve escape velocity from our current strife-ridden, separation-based and limited consciousness. In doing so, we take a discontinuous and evolutionary leap, one that is very different from any undertaken by humanity so far, and a light into very different future. And as a very different kind of human. Let's block ads. Why?